Alright, what's up guys? Coronavirus, right? COVID, blah blah blah, stuck inside, can't do anything. Well, I haven't filmed much lately, and really honestly it's because there's really nothing to do, right? I can't really go anywhere. Kind of stuck at home, stuck in the garage, so I'm going to film a axe head, axe handle, axe head hanging project. I don't know if I'm going to do both of these right now, and I'm not sure which one I'm going to do. Probably this one first, even though this one interests me way more, just because of the profile and how thin this is. This is going to get a lot more of a bite into a piece of wood and be better for a splitting axe, where this really has an aggressive kind of edge, and then it gets fat right away. So this isn't going to be for splitting. Really not even sure what this is for. I've just kind of got a little axe, I don't know, not obsession, but an axe hobby. Here's one I just hung for a buddy of mine. I took it off of this handle right here that he wanted me to keep the handle for him because he had a buddy before do this, and it was some kind of art thing. It looks like it's all worn out now, but I put it onto this guy and polished the head up really nice. It's kind of a same shape almost head as this one right here, pretty similar anyway, but I like the way this one turned out. So I was actually practicing with that a little bit in the backyard a couple days ago, doing some splitting. It works just fine. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna get set up and bring you guys along. Okay. Apologize, I haven't filmed on the GoPro in a while. I have the Hero 4, so I know it's very outdated, and obviously with that being said, I can't see myself. I don't have a monitor or anything like that, and it's not the one with the screen on the back, so I can't like take a clip and then pause it and see if I'm in frame or anything like that, or what I'm trying to get is in frame. So I'm just going to do the best I can, and fuck it. Always want to wear glasses and gloves, as I don't know if you can see that. Had a angle grinder mishap the other day, nicked my knuckle there and dropped it, and it actually kind of sliced my ankle up a little bit, but nothing major. It's I'm fine. Also, turning on a fan here, try to blow some of the shit that I'm going to be grinding off of this away. You really don't want to be breathing it in. I'm going to put this little mask on too, but it usually fogs up your glasses, so you can't really wear a mask too well. And I don't have an actual just like full face shield, which would probably be ideal. So I'm going to skip the grinding disc and go right to a 40 grit. I really don't have to do much reshaping on this one. The past couple I've done, the blunt end, the back end has a lot of mushrooming from people whacking it with other metal mallets, which you shouldn't do. You should never hit the back of an axe with another piece of metal. It should only be if you're going to hit it with anything to try to split the wood you're working on or anything like that. Use a wood club, something with some density and weight, but not metal. It's not what you should be doing. Also apologize if the sound totally sucks because I have the skeleton back on, but I know it's still going to probably sound kind of muffled. So what we got here, just got the head clamped in with a piece of wood here to keep it from shaking around. Just got a angle grinder with a 40 grit paddle disc or flap disc, and I'm going to go to town here. Probably tell my glasses fogged up right away, and I might actually have to go to a grinder because this thing is quite pitted. So let me flip over to that. I'll be right back. Usually this cleans up quite a bit better. This one's really like fucking pitted and kind of rusted away, which is weird because the back here is pretty smooth. I don't know what happened to cause all this damage up here. Might actually look kind of cool. I'm definitely going to clean up, 3/4 of an inch right here where the edge is going to be on both sides. But maybe I'll leave all this pitting. I'll just kind of wire brush it. I wish I had a wire wheel. Don't think I do, like an actual wire wheel, like a bench one. But I got a couple of these small guys. That'll probably take forever. But I might give that a shot if the flap discs don't work. We'll see what happens. Commence time lapse. Stood upright again. Alright, can you see me? Alright, perfect. So this is what we've got here. Kind of cleaned up this edge. I still have to paddle disc the hell out of it. You can see this is all just marred up like crazy. If I hold it down against the white. So that's still just all messed up. But this thing is so pitted, like I said, so it leaves some of that rust in, but it did clean up. Surprisingly, the back of this was never really hammered on that much, so I don't have to square up these edges. There's the other side. Not too bad. I'm going to put it back in the vise here. Change out the grinding disc that I've got on back to a, let's see if I got a different grit here. We'll see how that one goes. I keep my tool on the end of my cord here. It does two things. It means I don't ever lose the tool, and it always forces me to unplug this tool before going ahead and changing bits, which is just good practice so you don't accidentally kick it on while you're switching out blades. So just zip tie it right to the end there. Works for me. Alright, let's see if we can't clean up this edge a little bit. Alright, that's automatically already looking way better. I'm going to keep flipping side to side so I don't overwork one side than the other, but it's eating away a little bit more material towards the very tip of the edge, and slowly all these little fucked up teeth looking marks will grind away to be a nice flat edge, we hope. That might be way too close to the fan for audio, but we'll see. Okay, there you go. That should be a view, huh? This side doesn't need as much work as this side. This side is fucked up for some reason. Looking a little better, but this side looks way cleaner on the edge. This side's still way pitted, but whatever. We're just doing this for fun, right? So I'm doing here is I'm using this as my pivot point to keep a nice kind of round edge instead of just kind of trying to freehand it, in case you were wondering. Okay, friends, just touched it up a bit with the, what is this, the 120 grit paddle disc. Both sides. Got it shine and polishing pretty good. There's still a few pits in there, but I mean, this isn't, you know, this isn't a knife. This is just an axe, so it'll still cut wood if it's got a few little dimples in there. And I think that's a nice clean edge. After I get this all done, I'll probably do the paper test. I can usually get them kind of sharp enough to cut paper, but that's the head we're working with. Usually I hang the head on the handle before working on the handle. I'm guessing, I'm no pro at doing this, I just do this for fun. I'm guessing a pro would say, why do that? Do the handle first, meaning, you know, sand off all the old finish and the sticker residue. Just kind of get it all where you want it. Maybe wait to stain it, but at least get the whole thing sanded down. So I did a quick test fit with this, and you can see it knurled up a little bit here, but it's got a really nice fit for this eye. I'll slide it on just now so you can see. So got a lot of wiggle room up here, which is okay, as long as we fit tight down here. And it looks like we're fitting pretty tight. Got a little bit of cleaning up to do, and then the wedge will separate that to let that all mushroom out. So let's get to work on the handle part. It's just running some 40 grit over the whole handle, and then we'll go down or up in number, down in grain size after we get this all cleaned up. Alright, that's pretty good. I'm going to switch to a finer grit, then 40, and do the whole thing again. Sawdust on everything. Okay, so we just got the handle sanded down pretty good. Next we're going to test fit the head, and so to try this a couple times. How you hang a head, okay? Pay attention. You just put it on and then it stays, right? You don't hammer it anymore. And then once it stays, grab a club. Actually, let me bring you down here. Try this again. Put this on. Just get it on so it's tight. Snug. There. And then you're going to hit this. There's always a flat spot on the top of the bottom of the handle. Just get a club, wood, and it'll seat. You're going to have to hit it a bunch of times, but as you can see that, it's tightened up in there. The inertia of the heavy head, as I hit the handle this way, the head basically stays in place, and the handle shoots this way, which obviously shoots the head down. That's seating almost perfect there. I'm probably going to take it off and clean this up a little bit just because it is starting to curl. I'm going to give it a couple more whacks and see, but that's a real nice tight clean fit in there. So I'm going to pop the head off. Like that. And I'm going to go back over to the vise and sand these curls down. Try to make them flush and see if we can't get the head to seat a little bit more up. Be right back. Okay. There's random music on in the background. I keep forgetting to shut my radio off between hitting record, so just sanded down those curls. Looking pretty good. Slide the head on. Not going to fall off. Look at that. I'm pretty happy with that, actually. I'm going to give it a few more whacks And we're going to see what we can't do about getting that wedge put in. Yeah, I'm liking that. I'm liking that. Okay, time for the wedge. I think I'm going to try something new this time. Usually I just start putting the wedge in. I'm going to cut this piece a little bit shorter, so when I put the wedge in, I have extra room to hammer the wedge in. So I'm going to cut this off, maybe this piece right here, cut it in half, and then I'll be right back. Okay, just cut that edge piece sticking out of the head off a little bit, as you can see, and then we're going to take our, let's get it out of the bag. Take our wedge, don't lose the two metal spikes that go in there, very important. Now all we're going to do, I'm going to take this out of the vise for this. First thing you want to do is make sure your wedge is going to fit inside the eye. This one looks like it will. You just want to kind of get it started by hand. Okay, so that's in there, that's started. Now, let me bring you along. Now we're just going to watch to make sure, sorry, the head doesn't move. We're just going to tap the wedge in. Eventually the wedge is going to split in a couple places because one part is going to want to go in farther than the others. That's fine. Slow and steady. Get each part as far in as it'll possibly go. Head hasn't moved yet, so that's good. And what's going to happen is these two edges are going to start mushrooming out, which is what holds the head on. Okay, so the wedge just split. You can see that. So this piece wants to sink farther than this piece, but we'll keep working both of them. It's looking pretty good. I'm really liking cutting this down because right now where the wedge is, that's about as far as I could push the wedge in. So if there's still more room for the wedge to go this way, I'm screwed. I don't know if that's technically the way you should be doing it. Never done it this way, but I'm going to do it this way from now on. Okay, you can see that's seating pretty good right in there now. We're really marring the end up. It doesn't matter if I'm kind of flush with the head anyway. Okay, everything's just kind of mushrooming over and not sinking anymore. So I come back up here. Tighten that down, we're in there sturdy. And look at that, guys. See on the light? There's no open space. That looks pretty damn good. Okay. So we got these two spikes. These are going to go in the top here. Hope you can see this. Typically they'll be put in at an angle. Not actually sure if there's any reason behind that or just because it looks cool, but that's what we're going to do. Another thing, this isn't going to matter too much. This is a wide eye. You want to make sure the widest part of your spike here is not going to hit the metal. Some tighter eyes, you got to be concerned about that. So we're going to pop one in here. Just got it resting flat on the concrete, just pinching it together with my feet. So it doesn't bounce around too much. There's one. I'll try to get them at the exact same angle. Alright, that's pretty good. Pretty happy with that. Okay, now the decision to make. We want to burn the handle, give it a little texture, darkness, or just finish it the way it is. Probably going to actually burn it because I did notice this when I bought it. There's all these blotches and dark spots on one side and the other side is light. So let's put her in the vise and get ready to do that. All I'm going to use is one of these. Just go a little slow so you see it start coloring up. There we go. Try to keep it uniform. Bottom here a little bit darker. And then, if you want, what I usually do, just to kind of even it up a little bit, you kind of just go over it lightly, sand it again, especially the real dark spots. That's looking pretty cool. So darker down here, and then it lightens up again. I want to make sure you get all edges too. Alright, now I'm going to put the oil on. So what we're going to do now is apply some boiled linseed oil. This is just a sealant basically for wood, unfinished wood. Helps protect it, weather protect it, all that kind of thing. Still would be out in weather, but and you don't need a ton. Grab a little bit into here. There we go. That's about all we're gonna need right there. And you want to get it all over every surface of the wood here. Including up here. Most people forget about. But look at that. This really makes that finish pop, right? And then you just let this dry. It doesn't really take that long actually, but just don't do anything else, just let it sit there and dry. I might actually burn that a little bit to darken that up, I'm not sure. There you go. Hanging an axe head. Hope you liked it. I'm trying to get more content on the channel whenever we can leave the house again after this whole COVID thing. So if you have any other ideas or questions or things you want to see, I always water my rags before I throw them away so they can spontaneously combust. I don't think that boiled linseed oil is really going to do that, but I've heard too many horror stories about other kinds of oil. There we go. So yeah, if you liked what you've seen, let me know. Drop me a like, drop me a comment, drop me a subscription, and until the next video, hopefully we can get out camping again and not be sticking around the garage. Peace.